Icicle. A pointed piece of ice that is formed when water freezes as it falls down from something such as a roof. For example, sparkly jewelry will add an icicle effect to your outfit. Icicles hung from the roof. Music comes from an icicle as it melts to live again as spring water.
Seen them, or at least seen pictures of them. Water dripping from the roof of the cave leaves behind minerals which over time accumulate into an icicle-shaped growth. The water dripping on the floor also deposits minerals in a pile on the floor, building up a dome-shaped pillar.
Secretive. Tending or liking to hide your thoughts, feelings, actions, etc. from other people. For example, he's very secretive about his work. The child became secretive and withdrawn. To be reserved, secretive, with a passionate violence that causes suffering.
Well, there was that in politics. As other spy planes became available, the cost and secretive nature of the SR-71 program turns much of the military-industrial complex against it. In 1998, it was permanently retired.
Cloister. A covered passage with arches around a square garden, usually forming part of a cathedral, convent, or monastery. For example, the 12th century church and cloisters remain surprisingly intact. The cloister and monastic buildings lie to the south side of the church. Those 7 years in the cloister were the key to my life.
Absorbed its influence. This is precisely when the new cloister, substituting the medieval one, was built. The works began in 1509, and in this project, some of the most famous masters of the Spanish Renaissance participated, such as Juan de Álava and Rodrigo Gil de Ontañón.
Savvy. Practical knowledge or understanding of something. For example, political savvy. He's book smart and business savvy, but he's still a boy in some ways. You have to be savvy and sharp and also straightforward with your customer. I think that authenticity is really important.
Now, inside this technology meetup were people much younger than I was and far more technologically savvy than I was, and most were speaking in Dutch or French.
Hideous. Very ugly or unpleasant. For example, the whole experience had been like some hideous nightmare. When they refused to let me leave my hotel, I thought, at first, it was all some hideous mistake. I am terrified at the thought that so much hideous and bad music will be put on records forever.
They invited someone to come and clean that hay out, so that all that's left when it's done is this hideous little room that's filled with